And you'll see this with Kingdom Come Deliverance, by the way. There have been a number of content creators that have made it effectively their job to shit on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for a number of creative decisions that they chose to make. I'm not going to get into too much of that or anything else, but my point is that those people will not have probably that big of an influence on the sales of the game. They won't. Yeah, they're not going to have that big of an influence. And the reason why is because the movement for it is, it's just simply irrelevant. People just don't care.
Greetings, gents. I'm loregamer. Nice to meet you. And this is totally my unaltered voice. I'm totally risking using my real voice on this video, yeah. Listen, I'm here to save you guys, alright? Because if you look up KCD2 controversy right now, my god, all the videos are so boring. Blah. And half these guys are just shilling so they get their fucking review key, alright? And I know everyone's attention span is really fucked up these days, so I'm gonna make my stance clear right away. I won't beat around the bush. Warhorse has betrayed its target audience, they're gaslighting you to think otherwise, and if you bought the game, you should refund it immediately. And sadly, it's seeming like Warhorse might get away with it. Maybe. I'm sure this video will only reach a few hundred people at most, because I'm just a random dude, I'm not fucking moist critical. But if I could save at least 5 of you from playing this garbage, I'll be happy. Make sure to share with your friends if they're based. Anyway, here's the deal, right? There were some leaks that came out, and they kinda showed us that the franchise is going in a different direction than we thought. So I'll just do a quick rundown on the leaks, right? Here's the first one. There is a black guy in the game now. His name's Musa of Mali, and his dialogue goes a bit retarded, I'm not gonna lie. He says that unlike Bohemia, he comes from a gold mining, women respecting, safe, banditless country. The only explanation is that they canonized Wakanda, because this country did not fucking exist at the time. So that's the first thing they added. Second thing is there are gay cutscenes. We've been told they're skippable. I guess that's good, but it seemed to be so egregious that Saudi Arabia, they banned the game. And not even Baldur's Gate 3 was banned there, by the way. And that game was gay as fuck. And finally, Henry can be a fruity ass bro himself. Don't worry guys, they clearly label these gay dialogue options so you won't click on it. Totally your fault if you run into it. Come on guys. To the chuds watching this, maybe this is enough for you to drop the game. And to that, I say based. Pop off king, you can click off, go get your refund. But to the normies, the centrists, the libertarians, whoever, we don't necessarily find this content problematic or whatever. Maybe you're just a huge Warhorse fanboy and want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I guess I don't blame you. Warhorse were our guys for a long time. Not just passively either, they were vocally our guys. And don't listen to the bald roach man. These were not just heartless
Creative decisions that they chose to make.
Warhorse tried to deceive us. They tried to trick us. They tried to get our money before we realized what had happened. But luckily, these leaks came out. And I'm gonna show you guys that this is completely inconsistent with what they've said in the past. And they tried every manipulation tactic to avoid any revenue loss. Vavra is currently trying to lie and weasel out of any responsibility or accountability here. He's just saying, I've always felt this way. I'm super consistent with my morals. He's not. He's lying. And I'm gonna show you. Fuck this guy. If you were a true ride or die fan of the first game, I'm sure you remember all the attempts to cancel this game. Oh no, a medieval game that's all white. Obviously they didn't work, we all played the game anyway. Here's some context that some of you might not know. Warhorse was gloriously combative about this at the time. And I don't mean that they were playing innocent and just like, please let us make our game. They were based as hell. They were gangsta. They were blacker than Musa. All the Twitter retards, all the journalists, they shut them up and it was amazing. Wasn't that a fun history lesson? Did I take you back to the good old days? Listen, even to the libtards watching this, something doesn't add up, does it? Musa of Mali being in Bohemia goes back on what they've said. Henry having gay romance options goes back on what they said. But Vavra totally didn't change his mind, guys. And you know what? A lot of this wasn't even distant in the past. He literally tweeted 7 months ago about how ESG and DEI is bad, but now he's just spitting on everyone that had his back, and he's saying that he never wanted us as fans. Who knows what this guy's deal is? It's a complete mystery where this total blindside came from. Let's talk about Warhorse and how they addressed all these leaks when they came out. Before I get into all this, I need to tell you immediately what my opinion of Daniel Vavra is. He is obese, but more importantly, he is a Weasley liar. I am fully convinced that him calling a bunch of anti-woke YouTubers grifters, I think that's just a huge projection. Cause listen, when these leaks came out, we pretty much all knew it was true because he was being completely quiet about it. And that's very unlike him. Back during the golden years, if you DM this guy enough on Instagram, he would respond, he would. But all of a sudden, all his tweets have a flurry of people asking, are these leaks true? Radio silence. And Vavra did something that is very common with influencers to avoid accountability. He found the one tweet that was super duper hostile and responded to that, ignoring everyone else. Very common tactic. You associate all your critics with the one hater, and then you're off the hook, basically. It did not work because remember the fans of this game? They saw through it and the pre-orders started going down. So, Warhorse chose their next strategy, denial. They did a stream the next day. Everyone was expecting them to talk about this. They didn't really, not till the end. And in retrospect, knowing that all the leaks are true, does this statement make any sense?
Yeah, I think that's a nice ending. Trust us and don't believe everything you read on the internet. Take care, guys. Have a great evening. See you in the next time. And stay vigilant, stay medieval. Audentis Fortuna you are.
Definitely.
Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
What? Keep in mind, guys, when they said this, we didn't know it, but the leaks were true. They were. But don't believe everything you read on the internet. You guys are the ones lying to us. What the hell? So did this properly end the drama, get their sales back up? Drum roll, please. No, and why would it? They still haven't said anything. So finally, Vavra realized that he couldn't be belligerent anymore. Time to write up a thread. Here's the tweet thread. You can follow the bar if you want to skip it. But I'm gonna make AI read it because I don't wanna.
It is time to address wild claims some people spread that are apparently based just on one screenshot and a poorly translated tweet. There are no unskippable cutscenes in our games. Anybody who claims otherwise never played them. We are not, nor ever were, banned in any country. At least not that we know of. As much as I don't like forced diversity, nobody was forcing us to do anything. And we are not forcing anyone to do certain things. Gay characters were already in KCD 1. KCD is an RPG. You are responsible for your decisions. If you want Henry to try a same-sex adventure, feel free. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All affairs are, and were in KCD 1, purely optional. The characters are perfectly aware that it was a forbidden sin. The game takes place in one of the richest cities in Europe, which was besieged by a massive foreign army. That's the reason why the life in such a city is more diverse than the life in villages, which were featured in the first game. Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund, whom he met thanks to his engagement at the court of Sultan Bayezid. He's an educated noble and Renaissance man from the Kingdom of Mali. At the same time, Musa is a very unusual figure for the local Bohemian folk, and many of the situations around him in the game stem from this. So his presence makes sense and creates lots of interesting situations in the game. The way he talks and behaves has a reason. Everything displayed corresponds to the morals and social norms of 1403 Bohemia and is only there to make an interesting story, and not at all to appeal to a modern audience. We don't want KCD to be used as clickbait by people who didn't even play it yet. Some of them sadly turned into exactly the same narrative they pretend to be fighting against. The amount of hateful behavior is really sad, and it will damage any cause associated with it.
Okay, we're back. I was kind of vibing with the Tetris and Kingdom Come Walking. I'm just gonna leave that on again. Anyway, yeah, this was not the end of it, by the way. Right after the whole PR statement, he went right back to his shenanigans, okay? Actually, this stuff being in the game is lehecking based. In fact, I insisted on it because it is so lehecking based and historically accurate. And no, this does not contradict anything I've ever said. And I never wanted you as fans anyway. I don't get this guy. Does he feel internal guilt and he's projecting that on the chud fans of his? Or is he just being deceitful? I don't know. Either way, he's retarded. Yeah, fuck this guy. As I said, he's obese and he is a liar. If you're not lobotomized, I assume you can see that Vavra is just going back on a lot of what he said. And he's just too up his own ass to be like, I've changed. I think his ego is just too big to admit any fault. I don't know. And to those of you who still want to give Warhorse the benefit of the doubt, maybe you think that they're just being controlled by the powers that be, especially after the acquisition by THQ Nordic. It doesn't mean they had to respond this egregiously. It just meant that they had to put the stuff in the game. They didn't have to triple and then quadruple down on it. So yeah, I don't know. They can eat shit, in my opinion. Anyway, that's how they responded. Oh, and it is banned in Saudi Arabia, so Vavra sisters, it is over. Alright bros, enough ranting. Where do we go from here? Well, I'm putting on screen a quick guide on how to refund a game on Steam. If you bought it on console, you can probably look at somewhere else for that. Why are you pre-ordering, man? Come on. But especially with all this context, I hope that you guys are reconsidering long and hard about how Warhorse has handled all this and how Daniel Vavra is fat. Vavra, I will accept an apology and concession in the form of you shaving your beard and fasting for 60 days straight. Tell you what, big guy, you do that, I take it all back. I take it all back. So yeah, bros, it's over. The enemy has conquered a very, very significant piece of territory, and it's very unfortunate. We lost a good one. Incredible news, though. I'm here to whitepill you. This shit's on the way out. Look at how Dragon Age Veilguard did. Look at how much money EA lost. Fucking billions. Even in all the comment sections of all these KCD2 videos where a fucking YouTuber wants their review key and they're like, "It is alright, lads. It's okay. The game is not actually woke." And my base chuds in the comments, I love you all. All of you were saying, no, if this is in the game at all, I'm out. We can't make any concessions. We can't even accept a little bit of it, because then we give them a minch, they take a mile. Warhorse, nice try. I think just deflecting by saying people are Nazi shitheads just doesn't work anymore. But I guess time will tell if people will realize what's happened and if they'll buy the game. They might have pulled it off though. Maybe people don't even know this happened. I don't know. Listen guys, if any of you are sad about what happened, they can't take away the great experiences we had in the first game. Killing all of the fucking priests in the monastery because that quest was awful. Going into town, everyone's like, "Henry's come to see us." Having to wipe yourself in a trough like after like 10 footsteps. Winning in the tourney and then fighting Black Peter because he was so upset that he lost. Getting your first horse, Pebbles, and then never giving him up even though his stats were fucking awful. Making potions for hours on end and then getting poison unlocked. And then putting it in the soup of a nearby human camp. It was great, and I'm quite sad that I'll never get the true experience of getting my daddy's sword back. It's too bad, but it is what it is. We lost a really fucking good one. It's okay, it happens. There are casualties in war. I felt retarded saying that, sorry. I'm gonna head out. Salute you guys, peace. Goodbye. Go.